This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. Tom Ross TV, what's up, man? Hold on. What the hell's going on? Yeah, Ross, you can hear me? You can hear me? You hear me? I don't know why they got me muted, man. Give me a second. Yeah, Ross, you hear me? Yeah. All right, you hear me now? Fuck it. Push comes to shove. I always got a way to figure this thing out.
Oh, I know what it was.
Was it you?
It was me.
Okay, I hear you now. All right, cool.
It was me. Oh shit! I must have mistakenly cut off my mic. Well, at least I know for sure my mic worked. Hey,
Yeah. All right, I hear you loud and clear now.
all
So,
right, all right. So,
so
so I'm gonna
talk
say,
talk about it, man. What's up,
I'm gonna
man?
say all that shit.
What
I'm gonna say
happened,
that
bro?
shit over again. So Will Smith went up on stage and slapped Chris Rock because he said something. He referred to Jada Pinkett, how Jada Pinkett get down, how disrespectful she is.
Hmm.
Now, people might say he's right for doing that.
Yep.
Me personally, I wouldn't go on stage and slap, open hand slap a black man in front of all those white folks like that, in front of everybody like that.
Uh huh.
But at the same time, you are talking about this man and his family.
Mm-hmm.
But what people need to realize is this. This is not an issue if Jada Pinkett isn't openly fucking people and disrespecting her marriage.
Yep.
So there will be no jokes.
Yep.
Say what you will. I think Will did this. I think Will did that. That's the thing. You think Will did this. You think Will did that. You don't know
Yep.
Will slept with nobody.
Yep.
You know Jada Pinkett got smashed
Yep.
because she came openly and she embarrassed him openly. She made a mockery of him, and now
Yep.
he's free game. Now everybody want to make a mockery on him. Well, let's be honest. Chris Rock would have said something about this regardless that he's a comedian. The comedians always speak on the awkward topics. But she has made a mockery of him in what? In the whole black community. Will Smith is a mockery. Because we don't hold black women accountable. No one's calling her the slut that she is. Whenever let's be honest, Big Mama stepped out on Big Mama stepped out on your grandfather after he had all those kids, but guess what? Nobody knew about it until motherfuckers died.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, that's why Uncle such and such don't look like nobody else. And they handle that shit. Big Mama will never go on Facebook and tell the whole world she getting fucked by somebody down the street that ain't your grandfather.
Yep.
She would never do no shit like that.
Well,
so Jada Pinkett is the reason why all this shit is happening right now.
Yep. And I'm glad you said that because this is what we've been talking about. We've been talking about disrespect and how women, when they disrespect their men, how they put themselves in a position where now their men get clowned upon. Now, Will Smith is going to have to hand her the fucking divorce papers. He shouldn't be playing no more games no more. So her ass the divorce papers and say, you know what? If it's gotten to this point where I have to go and slap other people, that means you have no respect for me. As a matter of fact, this red table talk, we scrapping this thing right now. This is not even going to be public no more because we're not going to sit here and have you have the August Alsinas of the world do songs like the song he did with Nicki Minaj that was dedicated to Jada Pinkett Smith. Disrespectful,
man.
You know, her basically still talking about her affections with Tupac and all that. All that's going to have to stop. All that's going to have to cease.
Another thing. Make sure y'all donate to motivate because me and this man supposed to be asleep right now. Mm-hmm. We got on here. We said, fuck it. We're going to sacrifice sleep. We're going to give y'all what y'all need. But anyway, let me tell y'all this. This how you know the black community have no respect for the real traditional black man, the black alpha. They like to see us go through pain.
Yep.
Why I say that? Because both Will Smith and Kanye West had to deal with people coming into their family.
Yep.
Breaking bread under their roof.
Yep.
And then behind their back, fucking a girl. Because I don't believe that dude just barely started fucking Kim Kardashian. I believe that's what made her bold enough to leave Kanye because that shit been happening.
Yep.
The August Alsina was Will Smith's friend.
Yep.
So he was spending the nights eating his food and everything, and then fucking his old lady, man.
Yep.
That's what people. Will Smith been playing a poker face, acting like he had control over it. He obviously didn't have control over it. He obviously didn't know it wasn't an open relationship because he's so passionate and angry about it.
Yep.
People who live open relationships, they don't care who knows that their wife's fucking other people. They don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
It was not open. He said to dominate. He said it to take control of the narrative, but obviously wasn't open because he just smacked somebody he'd been knowing all his life in the face over this shit.
Yep.
Chris Tucker and Will Smith have known each other for years.
Chris Rock
been knowing each other for years. Disrespected, but thing is, he's a comedian now. So if that's disrespect, that means all these comedians are supposed to be getting slapped.
Yep.
And if that's disrespect, what is Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy doing to each other? Talk about they're gonna murder each other. Is that disrespect too, or is that just music?
Yep.
Because if that's disrespect, then Lil Durk or Lil NBA Youngboy are disrespecting the black community by talking about killing each other.
Yep.
Truth be told, Chris Rock has a license to make jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So as a man, I see why he went up there, but he was out of line doing it.
Yep.
That's 6 years ago. 6 years ago. That's 6 years ago. And if
Mhm.
he ain't do that one no 6 years ago, he did that because of that joke that was said that night.
Yep.
He did that because of that joke that was said last night because he has a wife who is very disrespectful.
Yep.
No wife will put you in that predicament. No wife.
In today's day and age, men are gonna need to get to a position where they need to reestablish their manhood. And reestablishing your manhood means put your foot down. Don't tolerate no disrespect and be ready to walk away, man, if shit ain't working, man. The problem with a lot of men is once they get attached emotionally, they don't know how to fucking leave.
That's
That's
and
what
that you're
that's the
right.
problem.
You're right, and that's the reason why he did that because he know he should have left Jada. He don't want to leave her. He know he should, so he's angry. He took his anger out on dude. Granted,
Yeah.
that is his wife, but at the same time, that's a comedian, man. And Chris Rock said way worse shit than that.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Rock said way worse shit than that to way higher people. So, are we taking his artistic license away?
Yeah.
At some point, you got to realize who you really mad at.
Yep.
Because it's not Chris Rock coming to him in the middle of dinner with his family making that joke inappropriately.
Yep.
It's Chris Rock hosting the Oscars. Should he have said it? Maybe he should have. But at the same time, he is a comedian. So there's a fine line there that are we got to be sure. Are we gonna if we're gonna cross that line? We got to cross that line for comedians, for rappers, for actors. So we got to cross that. We got to stay. We can't pick and choose. You know what I mean?
My take on it is very simple. Chris Rock had to be the messenger to bear the bad news of what was already unraveling and unfolding in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're being honest with ourselves, Will Smith should have stepped up, gird up his loins, and tell her a long time ago, skedaddle. The problem with a lot of men, because they want to be in a relationship and because they want to be tied down and because they want to be with someone to say that they have someone that they claim, they find themselves settling and they find themselves doing things that normally they wouldn't fucking do. You have one life and life is short. There's many fish in the sea, especially when you're at Will Smith level. You have access to all kinds of women. Jada Pinkett Smith is not the end all be all. You have kids with her? Yes. But when she's going out there on Red Table Talk, disrespecting you and talking about August Alsina and talking about Tupac, it shows me there's a common thing. She likes that bad boy, thuggy, rapper shit. Will Smith doesn't represent that. He doesn't identify with that. He identifies as a nice guy to her. It's very clear. And she's been disrespecting him the Tupac days, and she's been disrespecting him the August Alsina days. So, Dre Spective, I hear what you're saying, but this has been going on for 20 plus years. So when is enough is enough. And Will Smith, this is not his first time that he's cohabitated this behavior. If you go listen to the previous relationship with the son that he's had, Trey, he went through shit with that woman where he physically put hands on that woman, Ross, and he was in a domestic dispute with that woman, and he had domestic situations with that woman because of the fact that he couldn't control his emotions and he couldn't control the fact that he had feelings for her. So Will Smith proving that when he has feelings for a woman, he loses all sense of sobriety and all sense of judgment. A man is supposed to have sobriety and judgment and is supposed to be able to handle himself in a cool, calm, and collected way in these pressurized situations of a relationship. Now, is anyone perfect? No. Do people make mistakes? Yes. But it's how you bounce back and how you leave the situation. You want to get ahead of it instead of being on the back end of it, instead of being on the receiving end of it. But one thing that I know, and I know this to be true, I don't know if anybody here wants to admit it, Dre Spective or Nightshade or Jason Giles or anybody else. But one thing that I know to be true, and Ross knows this, when a man gets attached, that's it. He ain't going nowhere. It's literally the woman that's going to have to end the situation for the situation to be ended.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a man and you're listening to this and you are attached to your woman, you ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's your woman that's ultimately gonna divorce you. There's a reason why the divorce rate is 70% the women that are divorcing the men. Because once the man is attached, he's not going nowhere because he has feelings. And see, what people got to understand is men love women. Women love the idea of a relationship. They don't love the men. And a lot of men don't understand that. They don't love you. They love the idea of the relationship. And because they love the idea of the relationship, it masks itself as if they love you. Women are gaslighting narcissists. And when men realize this quicker and they come to this realization of it, they'll start realizing that women love ideas of situations. They don't love you. Case in point, when shit hits the fan, when things go awry, when things go bad, don't take my word for it. Watch how they behave. They're going to showcase to you a real manufacturing of who they were. What you're getting is the mask. What you're getting is the face. But when shit hits the fan and it's time for them to exit plan on your ass because they already got someone in the queue waiting, you're going to get that other version of themselves. And that other versions of themselves that you're going to get, you're going to tell yourselves, who the fuck is this? And the reason why you're going to say that is because that motherfucker has already plotted, has already schemed, and has already put themselves in the queue waiting until you do something stupid to the point to where they can exit strategy up out of the situation. Will Smith is attached. Unfortunately, we're not going to hear anything from him to where he's going to paper up, lawyer up, or anything like that. The smack that he did to Chris Rock is probably the most you're going to get. And he's probably going to go on Red Table Talk. I'm going to tell you what he's going to do in ultimate beta fashion. He's going to go on Red Table Talk. And now he's going to talk about why he slapped another black man instead of doing the right thing, which is to go on Red Table Talk and tell Jada Pinkett Smith, you know what? Thank you for inviting me. We're no longer together. The papers have been served. You are officially divorced. That would have been the way to get her ass. Make it seem like, you know, he's going to come in and talk smoothly and divorce her ass in public. And the reason why she deserves that shit is because, look, she's
embarrassed him in public
to this level to where now he has to.
There's not, no, man, nigga, before I, hold on. It's always a nigga that do this shit.
They always want to say that shit.
I watched that shit 20 times before I went on there. I wanted to make sure it was real. It was real. Yep. Chris Rock was shocked. He ain't react because thing about it is one thing if he get hit, it's another thing they get a full-blown fight. That wasn't staged. That was not staged.
And people always want to tell you shit is staged, and people always want to tell you shit is fake.
That was not,
because
that was
this is why they want to tell you that, Ross. Because they don't want to believe. They want to live in a dreamland. They don't want to believe that these things are actually happening. This guy A. Parker that is saying this is probably in the same situation as Will Smith. He has a Jada Pinkett Smith at home, disrespecting him in his neighborhood, and that's why he's saying it's fake. When you see people justify a situation, it's because they're actually going through the situation.
What you don't realize is everything people with blue check say is not a lie, man.
Facts.
If it's something to promote violence in the black community, it could be. It's real. It could be very well real. The lies, y'all already took the lies.
Yep.
You was going around wearing masks and shit, thinking the mask is gonna stop parasitical tiny particles from getting into your system.
Yep.
You already believed the lie. So thing is, this is what it is. People don't want to believe shit themselves, and they pick and choose who they're gonna listen to. And if they say something they don't like, they go and they that person, I don't like what he said. Not what he said is either true or false. I don't like what he said. Here's the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing with the black community, particularly black men. You're weak. You're afraid to hold women accountable. Yep. You know if that's real, you know why. You know why that happened. And since you know why that happened, you know that now you got to hold a black woman accountable. That shit makes you anxious.
Yep.
That shit gives you anxiety.
Yep.
Because you know, if Chris Rock got slapped by somebody that's seemingly calm all the time, a woman's behind that. And you know, a woman disrespected a man for a whole year, saying how she was getting fucked by another man and saying how he had to please her in a decade. That's nobody's business.
Yep.
You are embarrassing him.
Yep.
But because the black people, particularly black men, to hold black women accountable, you have to stop. You either have to say it's not true, or you have to stop at Chris Rock.
Yep.
You don't want to go any deeper because you know you got to go into Jada Pinkett. Then you got to ask yourself, why the fuck is she like this? Then you got to look at her mother. Her mother's single.
Yep.
In her 70s, I think. Still trying to fuck young men.
Yep.
She's a thought. She was raised by a thought. She do thought shit.
Yep.
But in the black community, we don't hold black women accountable. Yep. Everything is the black man's fault. Do you think Will Smith rushing the stage slapping a comedian? If he made a family joke, if he's made a short joke about Jada Pinkett, like, oh, she's so short, or he made a cute joke? No, because he has the intel to make that type of joke.
Yep.
But he don't have the intel to make that type of joke if Will Smith has a real woman at home.
Yep.
Who's not off sucking another man's dick and getting fucked.
Yep.
I say this once, I say this twice. No real woman is taking more than one dick at a time.
Yep.
Women don't do that. That's not how they wired. A masculine woman does that.
Yep. Ain't no a woman that's into a certain kind of guy is not multitasking her spreading of her legs. She only does that when she's in a situation where she does not respect the man. The man is basically a pushover, and the man is basically someone she does not respect. Gusto CB4 is lost. I'm gonna say this, Ross. Gusto CB4 is lost because he made two comments that shows why people they're lost in sidebar conversation. Chris Rock is a little dude. No, if he slapped the Rock, I don't know. You need to work on your spelling, but I'm gonna try to say it the best way I can. There's no badges in beating up people smaller than you. You're missing the point. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock not because he's smaller. He slapped Chris Rock because Chris Rock disrespected him in a joke. This is not about a badge. This is about a man feeling disrespected about his personal laundry, his personal business being put out there in public display. Now, I blame Will Smith for not basically saying, look, Jada Pinkett Smith, you disrespected me, and I'm going to need to excoriate myself up out of you. I'm going to need to basically separate myself from you. We got kids. These kids are grown. I'll see the kids when I need to see the kids. You see the kids when you need to see the kids. But I'm no longer going to be in this situation where you're going to actively come out and talk about your sexualizing fantasies of the August Alsinas, your sexualizing fantasies of the Tupacs, your sexualizing fantasies of any other men that you want, and then you're going to want me to sit there and cry with you. That's not going to fucking happen.
And that's the
masculinity
problem.
Today has been emasculated, especially black masculinity.
The problem is Jada Pinkett needs therapy. And that's not saying, oh, she needs therapy, she's crazy. Many of us need therapy in the black community.
Yep.
The way we came up, the way we was raised.
Yep.
It's the shit that we've seen. She needs therapy. She's trying to be therapeutic to herself and use the table talk to talk these things out, these issues that she has. But no, she needs to sit and have therapy, a real life therapy session. Because what she's doing now, she's bringing her whole family through her shit, through her trauma. That's what she's doing. Because right now, the black community is so twisted and so fucked up. No one wants to admit the elephant in the room. Jada Pinkett is at fault here. These things don't have. These things aren't an issue if she's not off getting fucked. They're coming to light. If you would have slapped the Rock, fuck the Rock, fuck the Rock.
Yeah, fuck the Rock. What are you talking about, man? You
Fuck the
lost.
Rock.
Are you drunk? Are you drunk?
Right.
What are you
Fuck
talking
the,
about, man? It's like you're lost in the sauce here. This is not
fuck the
about
Rock.
a
He
big
slapped.
dude, small dude. What do you even understand what's going on here?
He slapped Chris Rock because he
How old
can't
are you?
slap Jada Pinkett. That's what he want to slap. It's a diffusion. He took his anger out on him. The person he really mad at is the person who fucking everything up. It got everybody knowing she's getting fucked by a younger dude.
Yep.
And the black community so twisted, they made it
And
into
people
a
are so
joke.
caught up that, and see, people are so caught up in if it was somebody else, he wouldn't have done it. How the fuck do you know that? How do
You
you
don't
fuck
know
do you
what he
know
would have done.
what he's capable of doing, what he's not? This is the problem. People are stuck on stupid and they're stuck on the wrong things. I'm officially in realization, gusto CB4, just like A Parker. You have a Jada Pinkett at home, and you're being run the fuck over. It's official that's exactly what's happening in your situation. Because all of these guys that's diverting, they probably, I'm gonna tell you right now what's going on, Ross. They probably got their woman listening right in while they're doing their little thing on the live, and they're like, "Hey, you better not talk any kind of way because I can leave your ass any given time." A lot of these guys are good boys. You know, they're like like dogs where they say, "Good boy, you a good boy."
Right.
That's how these motherfuckers are, good boys. This is
Right.
what Will Smith was. He was a good boy, and as a good boy, look what he ended up having. He ended up getting disrespected. No self-reserving and decent man that has testosterone buzzing in him would take this level of disrespect.
Truth
That's
be
not
told, that's the person he needed to slap. Wanna know why? August wasn't just some random dude that Jada Pinkett ran into and they fucked and they separate ways. He used to come over their house.
Mm-hmm.
He used to come over to their house, spend nights, spend time with his sons, break bread, eat at his table. They ain't so yeah. But at the end of the day, even you missing the point. It's not about who slapped who. It's about this shouldn't even be an issue.
Yep.
With a married man.
Yep.
That's at this prestige. He's Will Smith. He shouldn't have to even worry about people making jokes about his wife being fucked by a young man. And the whole black community thought that was funny.
Yep.
When it was happening, there was nothing funny about that. The whole black community making jokes about Kanye saying, "Oh, Kim Kardashian got a big white dick now, so Kanye's just mad." Why are you, as black people, think that's something funny? Why are you worshiping your slave master so much?
Yep.
Like you talking
because
about?
People are stuck on stupid, man.
She got a big white dick.
They're stuck on stupid.
She got a man with a big dick now. That's so Kanye's mad. Like why, as a black person, why would you let that come out your mouth?
Yep.
When that's definitely not the case. People close to Kanye say he been left Kim. He just been twisted up about leaving his children.
Yep.
So he been back and forth, but he left Kim a long time ago when he went to Wyoming. But he been back and forth over his children. He could get his children. I'll guarantee you, if Kanye could get his children, he would never speak about Kim Kardashian again. When you see him with that other chick, he's happy as a motherfucker, man.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna tell you like this, Ross, because Will Smith is going through the ringer right now, and his emotions are railing. And when you see him slap Chris Rock, that's because he has been bottling up emotions that has been there, and he's been trying to basically hold it in and think that, if I just don't say nothing, if I play nice, if I play by the rules, if I just basically do concession, I'm gonna be all right. When someone is not happy about something, you need to address it. This is why it's important to address shit right then and there, and don't let shit bottle up. Because you know what's going to end up ultimately happening in this situation.
Yeah.
Now Chris Rock, let me tell you something about Will Smith here. Will Smith was well within his right to do this shit, right? But now Chris Rock can file fucking charges on him. See, now he could potentially get in trouble over a situation that all he had to do was talk to her ass about and say, look, I just don't want to deal with your ass no more. You see what I'm saying? He opened himself into a can of worms. If Chris Rock wants, Chris Rock could say, you know what? I'm filing charges against your ass. He just opened himself to that because he couldn't put an end to this situation. So when people are sitting here and joking about this stuff, there's a lot of ramifications, punishment, and a guy's career that's basically gonna get derailed. This man just came off of a end of last year making a movie that was Oscar nominated, King Richard.
He won Best Actor tonight,
and he won Best Actor tonight. I didn't watch the fucking Oscars, so I'm digressing to.
I ain't watched it either. I'm catching up through Twitter, and right now they're saying Will Smith just mad because August I seen a dick bigger.
You see,
this is how small-minded our community has become.
This is the problem with our community. This was prevalent with our community. They're talking about August Alsina, and I'm sure they're gonna mention Tupac.
Let me play something for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see it. All right. That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Dick Mike's name out your fucking mouth. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
But notice, white people are just still laughing.
Yep.
Why? Because a black man's pain is funny.
Yeah. And he's sitting there saying, keep my wife's fucking name out of your mouth. We should be in uproar about this. But no, people are laughing. This is what we've become as a community.
Has narrowed it down to one man mad at another man's genitalia.
Yep.
It's like we have lost all connection with the black man.
Yep. Let me read the definition of divide and conquer. Divide and conquer, to make a group of people disagree and fight with one another so that they will not join together against one. And this is what's happening here. This is what's prevalent. This is what's crazy. The situation of the fact that Will Smith has been put in a position. He's already been emasculated by his woman because she clearly has nothing but masculine energy. He's basically the feminized version in the fucking marriage. And then now he has to deal with people insulting him. Chris Rock did everything in his power to try to remain cool in that situation, in that video. Be professional. But his head is spinning right now. Don't get the shit twisted. His head is spinning right now and trying to figure out what the fuck just happened to him.
Because trust me, man, Will Smith has even made jokes about people at their expense.
Yep.
This has nothing to do with Chris Rock, is what people are trying to say to you. This is him being fed up with being humiliated on account of his wife. And he can't go home and slap her.
Yep.
And he don't know if he want to leave her. So it's all bottled up.
Yep.
When you know you're gonna leave a chick, it doesn't matter the disrespect she do, because you know you on your way out. You got your ducks in a row, all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I was midway through one of my deployments when I made a decision, like, man, when I get home, I'm leaving. I'm leaving her, man.
Yeah.
So anything she said after that, it didn't affect me no more. All this shit, like every time I went on deployment, there was always drama. Every day of a deployment, I had to go through drama. You're supposed to be getting loved on when you're on deployment. Oh, do you need anything? This and that, third. Now I had to go through drama and shit.
Yep.
But once I decided I didn't want to be with her no more, none of that shit mattered. The reason why all this shit mattered to him still, because he still love her a certain way. He still want to be with her. And in the black community, it's because a lot of us didn't have fathers to stick around. And we didn't have real men around. We think a man trying to keep his family together, we think and we think that's funny.
Yep.
Granted, does he need to give up? Probably at this point. But we think it's funny that a man is going through changes, is upset or hurt. It's funny when a man, when an ignorant, goofy nigga like NBA YoungBoy cries, people like, feel his pain, man, feel his pain. He a murderer. If a murderer crying like that, you gotta feel his pain. Whenever it's an ignorant, stupid nigga, everybody feel the nigga pain. When it's a real man that do real man shit, niggas make that a joke. It's always a joke when it's a real man, a real black man. There's always a meme that come behind that shit.
Will Smith's gonna have a serious conversation with Jada Pinkett and tell her straight up, look, this is where the state of affairs are. This is where we've gotten to. I don't want you talking about no other man in public. I don't want you sitting here and continuing to having these type of conversations, because what it's doing is it creating dirty laundry and it's creating gossip for people like you guys, because I could see some of the comments in this live, and then based on what Tom Ross was reading, for you guys to have conjecture, to sit here and disrespect, and basically for you guys to turn around and talk trash. Look at what you was talking about. August Alsina has a bigger package than Will Smith. This is what we're focusing on. 2 black men got embarrassed tonight. Will Smith wasn't the only one. Chris Rock got embarrassed too, because do you understand the ramifications of a black man being slapped? 2 people got embarrassed tonight. 2 people. I don't think y'all see it like that, but I need to make that clear. 2 black men were emasculated. Will Smith was emasculated from the Jada Pinkett situation, and then he turned around and emasculated Chris Rock. But y'all sitting here not looking at the serious ramifications of this, and y'all sitting here laughing at this shit. We're fucked up as a people, man, that we could sit here and laugh at things and not realize this is why divide and conquer, conquer and divide is so prevalent. This is what we've been talking about in all realms of entertainment, whether it's boxing, whether it's music, whether it's fashion, whether it's, clothing. This is what we're dealing with, this divide and conquer nonsense. And we're so ingrained in divide and conquer that it's gotten to a point to where now anybody is free to be basically disrespected. And people are sitting here laughing at this shit. This is disappointing, man. If you are a black man, you should be sitting there and you should be shaking your head like, what the fuck? You should be in disgust. Like Jordan 6-time Bishop, you should be in fucking disgust about this shit. Not laughing this shit off.
And then low key, you can't really say how a man supposed to react to being assaulted. You can't say that. And that's the thing. That's what we got. That's the shit we gotta let go that we was taught from black men. A real man does this. A real man does that. A real man. All these women who know nothing about having real men because they did, their child would have had fathers coming up. You don't know how you're gonna act when you're assaulted on that level.
Yep.
Well, my thing is, people stopping at the slap are missing the whole point. This is all about Jada Pinkett. It's not the slap. Could he handle that better? Yeah. Could Chris Rock handle himself better? Yeah. But either way it goes, the humiliation is already out there. The fact that the slap led to people making shit on Twitter, the world talking about genitalia size, and Will Smith needed to find August Alsina because Chris didn't deserve it. At the end of the day, Jada Pinkett deserved it. But he can't slap her.
Yep.
She the one that need to be slapped for fucking somebody and making it public, domain.
Yeah.
Making it so that he can get clowns about that.
Yep.
But he can't slap her.
Yep.
Because men should be putting their hands on women, so he taking his anger out on the next thing.
Yep. Is Caesar T a black person? I don't think he's black.
I don't know who they are. I don't know who he
Okay.
is.
Well,
A lot of these
Chris Rock.
Well, I started to realize on YouTube, a lot of people don't have they don't have fully functioning brains. It's like they only can see the surface shit.
Okay, so if you black, then you should know fucking better. Chris Rock does not deserve to be slapped.
Well,
Yeah, did he say a joke? Did he make a joke that
he
was
didn't put his hands on him, so he shouldn't put his hands on him.
exactly?
Yeah.
Did he make a joke that was vulgar? Did he make a joke that was obscene and that disappointed and it frustrated Will Smith and it hit emotions in Will Smith? Yes, it did. But another black man didn't deserve to get hands put on him. What the fuck are y'all talking about? He didn't attack him physically. He just made a fucking joke. And maybe that joke is what needed to be the ignition and the fire to get Will Smith to realize that, you know what? I've been dealing with this shit for the longest now. And I've been bottling up these feelings. And when you see Will Smith slap Chris Rock the way he did, it's because Will Smith is basically telling you vicariously through that slap that he is not satisfied with what Jada Pinkett Smith was doing on Red Table Talk. So really, is that Chris Rock's fault for pointing out a truth? Or is it Will Smith not taking accountability and G-checking Jada Pinkett Smith from day one? See, y'all not looking at this for what it is.
Yeah, YouTube has let me know that most people they don't have the ability to see things deeper than the surface. Like they really think they're saying something when they say he should have handled it different or that's good for Will Smith for doing this. They don't realize is Jada Pinkett is the reason why Will Smith is off the edge, off the hinges.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Our inability as black men to hold black women accountable is the reason why we're the reason why they're wild.
Yep.
Not them.
Yep.
We're the reason why they go off and fuck somebody and go on YouTube and be like, yeah, I cheated on my man, or be all in Vegas and getting fucked. They're coming back and kissing you in the mouth because we don't hold them accountable.
Yep.
The average black man, when their wife say, I'm gonna do a girls' night, I'm gonna do a weekend in Vegas with my girls, just us. The average black man just honor that shit.
Not realizing that girl trip, she ain't coming back the way she was when she left you. Same face.
Not knowing no real wife going no trip like that, just her and the girls.
Exactly.
Women don't do that. Women don't go to Vegas.
She's gonna get stretched the fuck out.
Women don't go to Vegas, and women don't go to fucking Miami with just their friends and not their man.
Exactly.
That's the thing. You cheat. You open up the whole black community to ridicule your man. Now, whenever someone says anything about you, he's on edge.
Yeah.
You think he's doing that? If the whole black community not talking about, every time they look at him, they think about his wife getting fucked.
Yep.
So you think he does that if everything's good in his family?
Yep. And this is why the Caesar T's of the world is being ran. I can tell you being ran in your fucking house. I can tell your household is filled with you basically happy wife, happy fucking life, which is bull fucking shit. That's you. Meaning there's no happy husband. It's happy whatever the fuck she wants. See, this is the problem. Jada Pinkett Smith is not innocent here, man. And please stop telling me she has a disease and all of that. The disease that she has just recently manufactured. Diseases don't just come out of nowhere, just out of the blue. It's recent. So stop with the disease stuff. We're talking about something that you motherfuckers need to focus on. This is the problem with people. They always want to go to the left field and they always want to do U-turns and curves. Focus at hand. The focus is Will Smith slapped another black man because he had bottled up feelings about the disrespect that Jada Pinkett Smith been doing for years. This is what the issue is. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all.
Trust me, Will Smith done heard worse, man. to 15, 16 years ago, they made Will Smith act as a gay guy, getting fucked in his ass. I bet you he slapped the director for saying, "Man, this part of the role, you gotta get smashed in your anal cavity."
Yep,
that's disrespect. He honored that. He took that. Which I not understand. This is bigger than the surface.
So now a dude said, "This is Jada's out. Watch, Will is through." So are you basically saying that Jada's gonna be leaving Will?
That's what he's saying. And if that's the case, that'll be the best thing that ever happened to Will.
Okay.
That's what he's saying. You gotta understand. And this in America, you can't hold no woman accountable. Will is the best thing that ever happened to Jada.
Exactly.
So if she's out, let her be out. She's a thought. She's out because what? She's a thought. Like, no, man. If anything, this is Will's out. If he wants it, this is his out. He's the one that needs to leave.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that's gonna suffer without Will. Not Will. See how Will look? Will look like a 35-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
She the one that looked 50. She hit the wall. The only one want her is August I seen her. He the only one that want her. And because that's deep-rooted trauma that he want a woman that old, that bad, to where he's crying and talking about killing himself. She prayed on that young
Michael McKenzie guy said if it was a white guy, he would have thought of it. Are you trying to say the white guy would have been out? Is that what you're trying to say if it was a white guy?
No, you said he thought that he wouldn't have went up there and did that.
Okay.
What does that mean? Who cares?
Yeah.
The slap is nothing. The slap doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter if he would have sat in his seat and yelled at him. All that situation would have been because of Jada. That's what we're saying.
This is disrespect at the highest levels, man.
That's all we're saying. The disrespect is because of Jada. Like, you guys are stuck on the altercation between the men. We're saying that all that embarrassment is because one woman doesn't know how to be a wife.
Yep.
Don't know how to be a wife. That's the reason why those kids are fucked up.
Yep. And it's staying in a marriage that she clearly didn't want to be in anyways anymore. This is the problem.
But that's the only way she can live.
She's staying in that situation because of who he is, not because she wants to be there.
If she could live the life she wanted to live without him, she would have been left.
Yep.
But she was always just a B level actress, B level celebrity. Will had been A-list for a long time.
Exactly.
So for her to live like that, she had to be with Will.
Yep.
I don't know. Sometimes before you guys type a comment, please read the comment before you press enter.
Yes. Yeah. It's like y'all motherfuckers don't go to school. It's like y'all didn't go to school. You guys didn't understand, proper diction and proper spelling, man. I mean, what's going on with you guys? We can't make out half of what you're saying.
Please read the comments before you hit enter, bro.
Exactly.
Repercussions, bro. None doing it to bro. No arrest. Come on. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, is that how you talk too? I wonder if that's how you talk too. Because if that's how you talk too, man, that's bad. That's bad business. A dishonest woman commit contempt of shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. Facts.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's the thing. Every chance you get, and not just, and it ain't even just her getting smashed by a dude. Every chance she gets, she's saying something that she resents Will Smith.
Yep.
For being successful.
No, and you know why she resents Will Smith? Let's dig deeper. She resents Will Smith because the guy that she wants is dead. And that's why she ended up messing with August Alsina. If Tupac was around, Jada Pinkett Smith would have been cheating on Will Smith with Tupac the whole fucking time, and she would have been going that way. But she would have already tried to basically leave Will Smith so that she can hang on to Tupac. And Tupac would have been like, nah. There's a reason why Tupac never wifed her up. There's a reason why Tupac never dealt with her like that. Tupac was too busy trying to wife up Quincy Jones's daughter. So this is what I'm talking about. And you guys have to remember, Tupac was the infamous one to make the saying of, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Did he not say that?
Yep.
Jada Pinkett Smith has hoarded herself all through these years, and you motherfuckers are feeling sorry for her now and saying because she got a disease and
If
because
she got a
she got
disease,
this
you don't
going
even
on.
know that, man. People who move like her make themselves the victim all the time, so the shit that they do could be an afterthought.
Yeah.
I used to deal with a chick that was like that. Whenever she got called out on something, she would always complain about everything that ever happened to her. She could never just say like, "Damn, I'm wrong."
Yep.
She would have to tell her whole life story, all the way down to like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I got aches in my everything was always an issue besides her.
But you want to know,
To
the
the
thing,
point,
Ross?
to the point where she would make things up that wasn't an issue to take the attention off of what she did.
Women are incapable of admitting that they're wrong. There's always a justification, man. If you've dealt with a woman on any level, especially a deeper level, they will always gaslight you and turn that shit right back at you to make it seem like you're the fucking problem. Because when they have to deal with the fact that they are the issue, to deal with that, to carry that emotional baggage that they fucked up, nah. That should have make their head that should have make their head pop.
Mentally, they're children. That's how children think.
Yep.
But fuck the disease. Who cares about the disease?
Yep.
And I'm saying that from you guys aren't getting it.
Yep.
Fuck the disease.
And see, this and I have to say this, Ross. God don't like
because he's not going up there because she got a disease. He's going.
God don't like ugly. When you see people are doing things that they're not supposed to, these types of things happen to them too. God don't like ugly, man. That's what people got to understand. And people don't understand that. Jada, 6-time bishop, said women are always perfect in their stories, realities. She made a decision, take hurts and or scares them. Okay, Jordan, 6-time bishop. Yeah, you've been off today with your typing today. Your typing is usually on point, but you off today. I think I'm trying to get the gist of what you're saying.
They're trying to. We're not going anywhere no time soon. You know what I mean? I plan on doing at least one more hour or 45 minutes of being done. We're not going anywhere, so just take your time and write what you're trying to say.
Exactly.
Basically, I think you're trying to say women don't take accountability for their actions.
Okay.
She made a decision. Yeah, she made a decision, man. But think about it, we don't
now make Michael McKenzie's talking. He said accountability is women's kryptonite. Facts. Now you talking.
Right. She made a decision, but she don't want to lay in the bed. You know what I mean? And we don't make women lay in the bed that they made. We don't.
Yep.
We don't make them. We say, oh, you don't got to worry about that.
Yep.
I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit no more. I ain't do that shit in a long time. I don't do it no more. We're just dating. You talk about, some things came up and now I owe $300. I didn't expect it, and they beat around the bush. I be like, all right, man, God got you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't man. It's not my job to come and save nobody, man.
Yep.
Because thing about it is, what I realize is they don't appreciate shit like that.
They don't. We got a group of people that's listening and tuning in. We're giving you guys a great live, man. Donate to motivate, man. Donate, give your Sunday's best. Give whatever you guys can give, man. We're giving you guys great content here. Every time we get on live, if a man doesn't work, he shall not eat. We're working here. Donate to motivate, man. Let's stop playing games, man. Open up your wallet and get to the damn donations.
Yeah, just take your time. Just take your time. We ain't going nowhere. Just take your time before you drop your comments. That's all. Yeah. But the thing about it is, this shit is deep. This is why this is deep rooted. When people make them do things like this and they publicly humiliate and they hurt someone, they're in pain inside too. But she's not going to get help. She resents this man for being everything the opposite of the man that she wants.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And why not just be honest and tell the motherfucker? I respect these women that tell these motherfuckers, look, I don't want to be with your ass no more.
Right.
You're not the guy I want to be with. There's women out there that do shit like this. She knows she wants to tell him this shit, but she's not doing that.
No, but they only typically
finessing the situation. And you know what it is? She's hit the wall. Let's just call it what it is. She's hit the wall. She's a lot older, and she knows she's not gonna do no better than that name, Will Smith. That money, Will Smith. That's why she's not saying shit. She's hoping she could just ride the wave and still do her shit on the side. This is what it really boils down to.
That's what it boils down to. Because typically, if a woman feel like you beneath her, she'll tell you that. But when she know you not, that's where the sneaky shit come in at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the passive aggressive shit. That's where the company come over. She trying to humiliate you because she's doing that because she talked to them behind your back. So now that they're here, she got to treat you a certain way to justify how she talk behind your back.
Yep.
That's why people act a certain way around certain people when they come around. And you're like, yo, who is this? Why is she acting like this? Yeah, because when she talk about you to them, it's not in a good light. So she has to treat you how she talked to them about you. She got to treat you that way.
And this is how you guys know that alpha and beta is not about how much money you have. It's more so about a mindset. Because I know dudes that are 400 pounds, they work at Subway, and they wouldn't tolerate no shit like this from Jada Pinkett, and they got swag like nobody's business. Motherfuckers got 30% body fat. It would not tolerate this type of shit from Jada Pinkett Smith.
Right.
And the second they found out Jada Pinkett Smith went sideways like this, they would have left her ass hanging.
Mm-hmm.
So being a celebrity doesn't make you an alpha. We need to make that very clear.
Will has done some things, but all because you were a woman that do some thought shit don't make you necessarily a simp. It's how you handle the thought. What made him a simp wasn't her being a thought. What made him a simp is him tolerating it.
Yep. Not putting his foot down and not accepting the fact of what the fuck was going on. And what people gotta understand is Will Smith should have left her ass alone a long time ago. He should have told her when he had that problem with Tupac, because when he had the problem with Tupac, as he mentioned in Red Table Talk, that's when he should have said to her ass, look, I don't like this situation that's going on between you and Tupac. I'm not comfortable with this shit. You're gonna have to pick and fucking choose. You want to be with this motherfucker? Be with this motherfucker. You want to be with me? Be with me. He should have told her right then and there. He should have drew the line in the sand at that moment, but he didn't do that.
There's no such thing.
Will and Jada have been open for years.
There's no such thing as an open
about how they swing. They both sleep with other people. There's no such thing as swingers.
There ain't no such thing as an open relationship, man.
And there's no such thing as an open relationship. Right. See, this is the problem with people. People get in these stupid ass terms, polygamy, open relationship, this and that. Let me tell you what it is. In a relationship, I'm going to educate you motherfuckers. In a relationship, there's always going to be someone who has the advantage, and there's always going to be someone who's suffering in any fucking relationship, whether it's a male or a female. Someone is not happy in that fucking relationship. Someone is suffering. So when you hear
it shouldn't be that way. Motherfuckers shouldn't suffer in a relationship.
I know it shouldn't be like that. But the reality is, in a lot of relationships, and Ross, you know what I'm talking about with this. There's a motherfucker that is in a relationship that they're suffering in silence for a very long time. They're just kind of going along because they want to be in that relationship. They don't know how to leave. They just feel that this is the person that they want to be with.
Oh yeah,
toxic relationships. This is and they just realize that, you know what, I'm gonna concede and I'm gonna lose myself and my self-respect so that I can go along in this situation. And then that person who has the upper hand is usually the one to say, hey, how about I see other people while I'm with your ass? This is how this whole open shit come about. It didn't just come out of the fucking blue moon. And the other person is not happy or they're not co-signing the behavior. You know what it is, Ross? The other person is just like, you know what? I don't want to leave. You know, I want to stay in this situation. I want to continue on this situation, even though they're not happy. Yeah. Even though that's not what the fuck they want.
Yeah. There's men who have several different wives. That relationship ain't open. He has several wives. They have one husband.
Yep.
How life works, there ain't no open on the other side where a woman, I get to take care of you, you get to get fucked to get pregnant by other niggas. That ain't how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you can't take care of me. You can't provide for me. You can't protect me. You can't do nothing for me besides open your legs. I could get enough somebody else.
Yep.
If it was open, he would have been so hurt. He would have had tears in his eyes. Shit
Yep.
wasn't open.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, let's say I take your premise and say it was open. It obviously wasn't open to the fact where it's supposed to be in public.
Yeah.
Because you never heard of Will Smith being publicized having sex with somebody else. You heard her shit was everywhere.
Yep.
Then she went. It wasn't open for her to say Will Smith don't sexually please me. Hadn't sexually pleased me in a decade. That's not open. That's called humiliation.
Yep.
She humiliated him.
Yep.
That's why he can't take a joke about her.
Yep.
He humiliated her.
Yep.
Him and Chris Rock are on a level to where he could have approached him later after the show, but man, you was out of pocket when you said that. Blase, I don't like that. He did that as an open to let the world know I'm tired of being humiliated.
Yep.
That's why he did that.
And to add on to what Ross is saying, he did that because he had a lot of bottle up feelings that he hasn't let out in the right way. He hasn't addressed early on, and he was like an erupting volcano. Let's just be honest. That's what that was. That was an erupting volcano that just fucking erupted. Let's just be honest here. That's exactly what happened. Yep. He erupted, and he erupted on Chris Rock. And all Chris Rock did was just tell a fucking joke. He is a comedian. Comedians tell jokes even when the joke is not a joke that you find funny. This is what comedians do. It's a creative thing. It's like a content creator. Content creators find inspiration from so many different things. In front of him, he probably was trying to figure out what joke he could say at the Oscar. And who's sitting in front of him? Will fucking Smith. As he's trying to go through impromptu, right? And in his creative juices and his creative flow, that was the joke that he could find at that moment. Now, if Will Smith would have had his affairs together, well, guess what? Somebody else would have been the fucking victim. Am I right? Am I telling the truth or not? He would have found somebody else in that audience, and somebody else would have been the victim. It wouldn't have been Will Smith. I can guarantee you that.
Or he probably still would have joked on Will Smith. He probably would have made a joke about one of Will Smith's bad movies that he made, right?
There you go.
He wouldn't went up there and slapped him because that's a joke that's easy to digest.
Exactly.
It's a little hard to digest anything that someone says about your wife when every time somebody thinks about your wife, they think about her getting fucked by somebody else.
Well,
it's to the point. It's to the
think of Tupac, right?
It's to the point you can't even look at Will Smith without thinking about his wife being fucked by somebody else.
But you got to think it's a multiple thing, Ross. She had to think of Tupac. He had to think of Tupac, and then he had to think of August Alsina. And the August Alsina one was embarrassing because the Tupac one, it's not like Tupac didn't do it behind him. Tupac did that shit in his face, and Tupac was like, yo, we friends. And Will Smith came along after the fact. Tupac and Jada was already doing their thing, and Will Smith just co-signed that. He decided to go along with that. That's different than August Alsina, which is after the fact. You already married now. So many years in, and you friends with this motherfucker, and this motherfucker's fucking your woman in your. That's different.
Way different.
Way fucking different.
And that's the thing. Every time she has, because the black community is simple-minded, she has made the black. Every time they look at Will, they think about her getting fucked. Every time they look at her, they think about her getting fucked by somebody, her wanting somebody else. So anytime her name is mentioned in anything less than a positive light, he's gonna feel offended because every time her name is brought up, he's thinking like the world's thinking, man, August Alsina fucked her. You know what I'm saying?
Now, there's an interesting topic that was brought up here, Ross, where he said he could have talked to the Rock backstage. He would have thought about it if the host was white. Bottom line, what's your take on that?
The host wasn't white, and he didn't. That's what black people got to get out of this mindset of if.
There
This is
you
why
go.
we're so far behind.
There you go.
If.
There you go.
Fact of the matter, a white comedian wouldn't have said that.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, because they would have been too scared about being canceled.
Yep.
Very few white comedians would have went up there and said that. That's number one. Number
Yep.
two, you don't know what a man would do when he's fed up.
Yep.
And know what? That's a lie. Will Smith already slapped a white man on national TV. A
Yep.
white man tried to kiss him, and he slapped the shit out of him.
Yep.
So you don't know what you're talking about. You try to make something simple because you scared to open up your mind and think deeply.
Exactly.
He went up there. It had nothing to do with Chris Rock.
Oh, you scared of your own relationship, and you have fear that you doing the same shit Will Smith doing. Let's just be honest here. The way that a lot of these guys are commenting, they are the Will Smiths in their relationships, man. Let's be honest.
He was fed up. That's why he went up there, man. He said it had nothing to do with Chris Rock. It could have been anybody up there.
Yep.
Jordan
6 times Bishop said, I see this a lot in my peers. Most guys are so happy in their relationship, they'll just allow the girlfriend to run over them because they don't want to be alone or have a backbone. That's called attachment, man. Once these motherfuckers are attached, they don't know how to go anywhere. That's what that's called.
What is he talking about? A white man tried to kiss Chris Rock. I mean, tried to kiss Will Smith and got slapped. So Will Smith don't care about slapping white men.
Exactly.
He did it. You slap one, you slap any one of them.
But Jordan 6-time Bishop, you are absolutely right. There's a lot of guys, they just don't want to be alone, man. And basically, a lot of guys, they want to be, let me tell you what they want to be. They want to have in their minds the best version of a woman in their mind. They don't want to see women for what the fuck a lot of them really the fuck are. Which is motherfuckers that like the idea of being with your ass, but they don't really want to be with your ass like that. And you are basically the person that they're with at the moment. At any given moment, if they feel in their minds that they could trade up, if they feel in their minds they can get up out of the situation, if they feel in their mind they can excoriate themselves up out of the situation, they will fucking do that. And if a better option presents itself, you will be ghosted, man. This is the reality that a lot of men don't want to face, man. You have to have this reality in the back of your mind. This is what saves you. This is what's called principles over fucking feelings.
That's the thing, man. The problem is a lot of dudes, it's like a firewall you got on your computer that keeps viruses from spreading and shit.
Yep.
A lot of dudes have a firewall that keeps them from holding black women accountable.
Mm-hmm.
They avoid that subliminally. They don't even know they do it. If the end result is they gotta correct a black woman, they won't do it. It's a lot of black girls who's fucked up right now because their fathers don't correct them. Their fathers didn't whoop them, didn't correct them, didn't get on them. They were allowed to do and say whatever the fuck they wanted to say.
Yep.
And now they act like that with you. And you think that's how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Because your mother raised you to be catered to women.
Yep.
So this is why women are fucked up. They're not being corrected by no man.
Yep.
And mothers are raising their sons to cater to women and to put themselves beneath women.
Yep.
That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is everybody want to say they're alpha. Everybody want to infer their alphas. It's all about what you do. It's all about it's all about how you think and what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? And what you do consistently, because alpha can have a beta day.
Yep.
It's all about what you do every day. You know what I mean? And how you think. If you sit here making excuses for a woman who's a thought, you're not being an alpha.
Exactly.
I'm not saying you're not an alpha. In that moment, you're not being an alpha. So
Exactly.
easy
And
to
talking
point
about her
fingers.
disease and all that shit. You're not being alpha in that moment.
It's easy to point fingers and say, "Oh, Will's not an alpha. Will's a simp." Will could take any woman you ever have
Yep.
like this.
Yep.
You can't really call people like that simp, so they get out for you. You know what I'm saying? With Will going through, Will he had children. He made a lot of these memories with the wrong woman, and he's suffering.
Yep.
But Will Smith, he could bounce back.
Yep.
She can't.
Yep.
She would never find nobody as good as Will Smith. He could find 1,000 Jada Pinkett.
And that's why you see when you pay attention to the divorce rate and you'll pay attention to when women start really divorcing men, a lot of it happens when these women are in their 30s because they know once they hit their 30s, they hit the wall. They know they're at the end. And they know with men can keep on going. If a man takes care of himself, he takes care of his health, and he keeps self-improving and he keeps doing everything that he's supposed to keep building himself up, he's good all the way up until his fucking 80s and 90s before he croaks over.
This is the reason why they try to shame black men when black men have a younger girl. If she's older than 18, she's legal. It's not child molestation.
Mm-hmm. When
a woman in a black community, it be grown-ass women fucking with young men all the time. There was grown women who knew I was sleeping with a adult, and I was 17 years old. Nobody said nothing.
Exactly.
None of them women said nothing to that woman, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still in high school. Because there is a double standard in the black community. Women can molest children and nobody say nothing, but men have to do everything the right way.
And they'll put their ass all the way deep up under the jail cell and bury them.
And I say that, and I've said to say this, that's the reason why they try to whenever a man, let's say you 40 years old, you got a 22-year-old girlfriend, they try to act like you a pedophile. She's a grown woman. That's a grown woman.
Yep.
That is a grown woman.
But they'll tell you with a kid. They'll tell you with a kid to try to shame you.
To shame you.
That they can't
do that
with somebody like that.
They can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. That's the reason why I am the way I am, because I see through the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I see people just be saying shit that just comes to territory. I'm not even let this irritate me. This comes to territory. Some people, their mind doesn't work on a deep level. And I gotta realize I can't get upset. They just say shit they think it relates, but it don't.
Or they say shit that they've heard from so many different content creators and they've taken shit out of context. And then they feel that, if I say it here, I'm sounding like I'm cool and I'm belonging. That's what a lot of motherfuckers do, man. Let's just be honest here. Let's say it for what it is. But when you're a deep thinker, you can see right through the shit. But the biggest thing here, bros,
Anna Nicole didn't have a 90-year-old man. She had a sugar. That's not a relationship.
Yep.
Dude probably was senile.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a nigga in his prime that could get younger women.
Exactly.
Not a 90-year-old man who don't want to be alone and need help get his ass wiped. She could have been a nurse.
Exactly.
All he knows.
Exactly.
That's not the same, man.
It's not the same.
That's not the same. She needed somewhere to stay, and he provided it.
Yep.
That's not the same, man. I'm talking about a nigga like Will Smith who's 50, like he's 35 years old. He can have the top-notch 23-year-old actor wherever he want right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when he get her, they'll be like, "Oh, you love Jada Pinkett for a kid." This is a 23-year-old woman who got a whole career.
Yep.
But when a woman deal with a younger man, there's silence.
Yep.
Even if she's being a pedophile dealing with a teenager, there's silence.
Yep.
This is the thing. The thing about it is, a lot of black people, a lot of black young men have issues with holding women accountable, bro.
They can't.
It gets to the point where they'll talk about anything.
Yep.
They'll just start talking about random shit, goofy shit.
Mm-hmm.
To avoid the fact that this woman here has ruined her own marriage. She's ruined it.
But you know what it boils down to? It's boiled down to a scarcity mindset. They don't feel that they can pull somebody like that. They don't feel that they can have somebody like that. And all that woman has to tell them, because a lot of times these women have enough perceptive skills. If there's anything that women are better than men at, is perception of emotionality. Women are masters of their fucking emotions, man. I honestly believe they're better at their emotions and mastering the shit than fucking men. That's one advantage they have. And they
They're
can tell,
Then
they
the
can
typical
tell.
man. Then the typical man. The alpha male brings the worst out of the modern woman because we handle our feelings better than they do,
That's true.
and they hate that.
But when I'm talking about the emotional component, because there are guys that are alpha males, but they find themselves in a relationship, right? Like you just said,
I'm
they're
talking about the
alpha,
true
but
alpha
at that moment,
like me. I could just divorce a woman. I could divorce. I divorce my wife.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just making a
Yeah.
point here. There's guys that are alpha, they're alpha, right? But in that moment, they've allowed themselves to get their feelings get involved and get attached and get their emotions attached. At that moment, they're not alpha. Like you said, they're not alpha anymore at that moment
You
because
heard
their feelings are attached.
You heard scarcity mindset from AMS, but AMS did not make scarcity mindset. The alpha shit has been talked about since the 80s. He
Yep.
brought it to YouTube, but you heard it from AMS. You're trying to be facetious and act like we're still in some shit. But this has been taught amongst alpha.
Maybe my shit is behind. Did he say something about AMS?
Now I'm telling him. He said
Oh,
scarcity mindset. Where did I hear that? You heard it from AMS. That's
yeah,
where
you heard it from AMS.
But AMS did not make that term up.
Yeah,
That's what
just
I'm saying.
like hypergamy was not made up by Kevin Samuels, or it
or
wasn't made up
AMS,
by anybody. These terms have always been around.
Right, AMS speaks on hypergamy too. He didn't make it up.
Yeah.
Nah, you wasn't playing. You ain't think I
No,
was
you
gonna call
wasn't
you out
playing.
on it.
You wasn't playing. You was trying to
You
be
ain't,
funny, and
you
you
ain't think
got
I
G
was,
check for it.
you ain't think I was gonna call you out on it, but I'm a real alpha. I'm gonna call you out on this shit.
That's
And
it.
I'm not and I'm not upset. I'm just gonna let you know. All because you hear people sharing terms, don't mean one person take from another. You gotta go search the term. And you might
Yep.
look and be like, damn, this term been a term since the 30s.
Yep.
Or this some shit that you know what I mean?
Yep. And that just confirmed what I said earlier about people hearing shit from all kinds of content creators and regurgitating everywhere they're going, not understanding the deep, full weight of what they were saying. No, you weren't trying to be funny. You were trying to make a point, and then you got called out on your shit.
Yeah, you
Now,
trying to make it seem like we was biting.
yep.
That's fine. Nigga, you got called out on it. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, the thing is, man, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, man. I lost my train of thought.
Nah, it just this is a great topic because it just delves into like how broken our community is when it comes to black men. They are expected not to have any emotion. They're not expected to be able to express any emotion. And when they do express it, it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's either it's not that big of a deal or it's funny. It's memes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
truth be told, if we had a real community, you know what I'm saying? There would, granted, there's going to be pictures of the incident because there's media there, but this incident would be getting talked in a real serious light. It wouldn't be a meme. It wouldn't be a joking matter.
Yeah.
You'll have people make it real conversation about what happened and not make a joke or he should have slapped or he slapped him just because he slapped him because August Alsina was smashing Jada. Like y'all make it seem like it's like Jada did something that was commendable. What grown woman fucks her son's friend?
Yep.
I don't give a fuck if you do got an open relationship, a wife open to fuck other men besides her husband. What woman chooses their son's friend?
Yep.
It's the reason why her son said, I don't want to live in the house with you anymore. I'm moving out. And she started crying and shit. He knew what he more of an alpha than his father. He did that shit on national TV, broke her heart.
Yep.
Like, man, you sit here fucking my friends and shit. I can't live underneath on the roof with you. I'm moving out, man.
Yep.
I don't want to live with you, man. You wilding now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's embarrassing to him.
Yep.
Because now he got to sit back and look at dude. They ain't even friends no more like that. He got to sit back and look at dude like, you was never my friend. You was over here kicking with me just so you could fuck my mother.
Yep.
But there's weak men who thought that was something commendable.
Yep.
That's not commendable. You came here as a friend, then you disrespect me and you fuck my mom.
Yep.
You eat my father, you eat my dad's food, and you sit on his good AC and shit, open up his refrigerator, and you fuck my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She sent back like that's like that we had an entanglement, like that's cool. There's something seriously wrong with this woman.
Yep.
And whoever think that was cool or think that that's acceptable because they had an open relationship, ain't nothing about that acceptable. A woman shouldn't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Now my train of thought came back. It's a lot of guys have a scarcity mindset, and the scarcity mindset they have is they are afraid to leave a situation that is toxic. They're afraid to leave a situation where they no longer have the respect because they've been told over the years growing up, happy wife, happy life. They've been told over the years that you just gonna have to endure. She's going through a phase. Okay. That phase that she's going through, you find out that phase is lasting the whole time. When someone comes out and blatantly disrespects you and blatantly does something against you, you have to put your foot down in that moment and acknowledge it and tell them that shit. When you don't do that, that inch becomes a fucking mile. That's how that shit rolls.
Yep. First of all, I pay the rent, I do all the shit. Fuck your phase, man. It ain't about me. It's about you making me happy. I'm not happy. If I ain't happy, nobody ain't happy. I ain't paying no rent. I'm not paying the mortgage and paying car notes and not being happy. If anybody gonna always be happy, it's gonna be me. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I stand on that. If I'm doing all this shit, you best believe I'm gonna be happy every day. You know what I'm saying? So
with or without you, and you got to be. And the thing is, this is where you separate the weak from the strong, like Tom Ross's terminology, with or without you.
With or without you.
That means you have to have the ability to say, you know what, if shit ain't working out, I need to walk away from this shit.
With or without you, man.
That's the strongest thing a man has if they don't have nothing else. The ability to walk away. See, back in the old school days, these old school men used to put their hands on women and shit like that. And that they thought that was a sign of strength or whatever. Let me tell you something. When you put hands on a woman, that's the weakest shit you can fucking do. Because what happens, me and Ross was talking about that with the Ike and Tina situation. The woman's going to buck up and she's still going to run her mouth and she's still going to come back at you. So really, you putting hands on her, is that really stopping the situation? No. But when you walk away, and you get away from the situation, it's the strongest thing you can fucking do.
A lot of women, instead of niggas putting their hands on them, they're supposed to take that woman back to her parents with all her shit and file for a divorce.
Yep.
That was what they're supposed to do. Yep. That's the reason why they got niggas signing documents to get married, because they know once you sign a document, you're afraid of that document. Because you don't want to lose shit, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to be with somebody. So a lot of niggas stick around for financial reasons because they afraid. That's why I don't believe in that document shit. I don't believe in that. If you need that to be married, then we not for each other. Because that is a marriage is equivalent of you going 50-50 partnership with somebody who's an upstart business. You provide for yourself already, right? You got money saved. You might have businesses going. You got a successful YouTube. You write books. You got Airbnbs. You got all this shit going on. This woman just got her associates and she in school, or she barely getting by.
Yep.
Her merger of business with you is a win for her. It ain't nothing for you because you get nothing but some sex. Hire escort for that. If you're gonna pay, all you doing is paying to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
A woman who love you, bro, who care about your finances, man, a woman who just want to be with you and hung up on all that shit. All that shit is for everybody else.
Yep.
The stipulations, the wedding, the wherever ceremony after the wedding, all that shit is for everybody else to say,
Yep.
look at me. She fuck with you heavy. She don't need none of that.
Mm-mm.
I see Stephen
Especially if she got her shit going on for her, she don't need none of that. She should be good.
A. has something to say, man. Fuck
Man,
Stephen
we
A.
don't care about what Stephen A. got to say. We care about what we saying right now.
Fuck what Stephen A. talking about, man. Stephen A. ain't talking about nothing, man. That's
Yeah.
how I say Stephen A. is set up, man.
Yep.
Fuck what Stephen A. got to say, man. Be honest, bro.
And
You know,
last
man.
time I checked, he's the August Alsina in the Jalen Rose situation. So he's the last motherfucker to talk about any fucking thing.
Well, he need to be quiet, man.
He
He'll
needs
do
to shut the hell
anything.
up.
Right now, he's doing that.
Fucking Molly Quorum while she was married with Jalen Rose. He's an August Alsina. He don't need to say shit. He should get slapped the fuck up.
We gotta understand. And the only reason why she did that, wonder why she did? She ain't attracted no Stephen A. Smith, man.
Yep.
She did that shit because that's the way she move up.
Yep.
She fucked her way to the top.
Yep.
That's why she did that. Why she with her man.
Yep.
Slimy little broad.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Stephen A. Smith had a problem with the other bitch because the other bitch wouldn't fuck him.
Yeah.
These dudes be trying to leverage their situations with these chicks, and some of these chicks don't be on that. They just want to do their job and go home.
Yep.
Yeah. Master told Stephen A. Smith to get on that business.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you, because what they do is this how they take the situation, they speak on it, say something that's more flamboyant, so they can trend. You know what I'm saying?
And also they do that so that they can have him marginalize another black man. That's what it is. It's one black man marginalizing another black man, marginalizing another black man. Because you got to understand, marginalization happened already twofold. Will Smith is embarrassed, and then Chris Rock is slapped, and now you get another black man and Stephen A. talk about both of them. Did Chris Rock deserve the slap, or did he not deserve the slap? That's extra marginalization. Mm-hmm. Will Smith, is he in his feelings? Is it has something to do with August Alsina? Does it have something to do with Tupac? Extra marginalization. See, y'all don't see how this shit is multiplying exponentially over and over and over again.
But guess whose name not gonna come up on a big scale and it's supposed to? Jada Pinkett, man. Jada Pinkett should be
viral. Oh, we just found out that she had a disease because her hair is short and all that. Watch, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna feel sorry for her, man.
No, man. We found out she was a thought.
Yep.
That's what y'all motherfuckers found out. She a fucking thought, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period. And that's okay, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he gonna have to make a decision soon. Because it's only so many of those he could be able to do. Because that could have been ugly. They would have had an all-out fight. If Chris Tucker would have followed him off the stage and ran up and tackled him or some shit, that would have been very bad, man.
Yep.
That would have been very bad for other black people in the Oscars. And black, that people don't realize that would have been horrible.
Yep. And this is the reality of what we deal with as black individuals. We deal with the reality of our people constantly get spitted on, they get downtrodden, they get embarrassed, even as a celebrity, even at the highest levels. This shit is happening. This is right here showcasing to you guys why black people are looked at as less than and looked at as inferior. Someone with the name of Will Smith, someone with the name of Chris Rock should not be going through the shit that they're going through tonight. Did that happen to Robert Downey Jr.? Did that happen to fucking motherfuckers like Sylvester Stallone? Did this shit happen to these motherfuckers tonight? Arnold Schwarzenegger? No. It happened to two black men.
Yeah, man. Because thing is, right now, Will is Denzel doing right. Will
Yep.
is in his emotions, but the thing about it is, if Will was in his right mind, Denzel would be able to tell him, "This bitch got you out here bad, man.
Yep.
That's how you doing this shit. You need to leave her, man." But Will ain't in his right mind. All he could do is be like, "Hey, man, you Will Smith, listen, you can't be doing that."
Yep.
What he really want to say is that me and you both know why you up here doing that, man.
Yep.
And you need to go talk to that bitch, man. She got you out here bad.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And this right here, this move right here, could fuck him over career wise. Let's be honest. The same people that's sitting here laughing and doing conjecture and all of that after Will Smith done got his Oscar and all that, these are the same people that could say, you know what, you're blackballed now because you did something on national TV that was bad. You did something that is being talked about in a negative light, so we can no longer have you for major projects. They can turn around and blackball his ass.
They could, they would if it wasn't Will Smith, because Will Smith makes so much fucking money. If it was a good actor that wasn't a blockbuster like Will Smith, this nigga be saved. Like it was a movie he did. Like just think about I Am Legend. That's basically just Will Smith. The whole movie.
Yeah,
they should have paid Will Smith $100 million for that movie, man. That was him carrying the whole movie by himself.
Yep.
So if it was anybody else, it was like a lower tier guy. Let's say if Dancing Idris, the dude that's making a name on Snowfall,
yeah,
he's hot right now. If he did that shit, he'll be fucking his career up. Why? Because he's fired, but he not big as Will Smith. Will Smith could get away with a little more than these motherfuckers. Even though we're losing the subject. The subject we're losing the meat and potatoes of the shit. The meat and potatoes is the woman you choose to be in your life. That like the one you want walking around your crib and shit. You better make sure she on your team, man, all the way 100%. Because even the best alpha could get in his feelings over a woman who he share a bed with.
That's what I was talking about when I said the whole scarcity mindset earlier. What you just mentioned, I was talking about it from that standpoint. And honestly, I think it's connected because this is when you allow yourself to be so out of pocket with a situation that you know you could have contained. The reason why I brought up the whole situation with his career is because that's his purpose. What is his main purpose? He's an actor. She could fuck around because of the ways that she reacted all of these years and him not stepping up, doing what he's supposed to. And now his purpose can be affected because he didn't step up to say, you know what? Fuck you.
Yep. Because at the moment when he did that shit out of emotion. He didn't plot and say, I'm Will Smith, I could get away with this shit.
Yeah.
He wasn't even thinking about that.
Nah.
He is Will Smith and he will get away with it. But the thing about it is, when he went up there, he wasn't thinking about that. He was thinking about, man, I'm under pressure. These niggas looking at me. This bitch
he blacked out.
Around, and he blanked out and he slapped Buddy ass. You know what I'm saying? And he would have been, if this would have been before Independence Day, he'd have been in some trouble, boy.
Yep.
He'd have been in some trouble. He would have did this shit fresh off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You're right.
He'd have been in some trouble, boy. You know what I'm saying? But he 8-9 blockbuster movies in, $200-300 million. It's different for Will Smith. Everybody can't go up there and do no goofy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He a nut for doing that shit. But at the same time, that's the thing. That's the reason why it's so serious, bro. The hardest, I ain't gonna lie, man. If certain women, if you attach to them a certain way with children, they could be a nuisance to you for a great portion of your life, at least 18 years, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It could be a nuisance.
If you got multiple kids, that's each. You got to add years to that shit. That's like 20. That's like, and if there's a separation between 10 years between the kids, that's 18 years could be 28 years. Shit.
That's the thing, bro. And that's the thing right there, man. That's why I be trying to tell niggas, man. The type of people the energy you allow around you, it changes you, right?
Yep.
So if you have a woman around you day in and day out, and she ain't your number one fan, if she don't guard your masculinity more than you do, If she don't guard your image more than you do,
Yep.
she don't fuck with you, man. She don't care what people think about you. She talk to you any kind of way in front of everybody and shit.
Yep.
She make jokes talking about, yeah, that nigga ain't fucked me right in 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, listen, man. Common sense will tell you gotta let that bitch go, man.
Exactly.
Because when a woman care about your image and how you perceive, they will wait till the perfect time to address you about some shit. I done had real women, man.
They will protect your image in front of people.
I had real women, man. I remember a bitch tried to check me on I was stationed in Sasebo, Japan. I got at the broad, and the broad told me, dark skin, thick as hell, pretty. She said, I don't deal with black men. I said, cool. All right, cool. I went in the USO. I had to shift. I ran the USO, make sure, you know what I mean? Niggas got a computer, gave the call back home and shit. I did my shift. I left. Then I didn't see her for a while. 6 months later, I was with my Japanese broad I met, and she seen me. I had her on the base, and we was going to the movies, and she seen me. I seen it. I saw her. She had her arms crossed and shit. I kept the movie. We went out, and when you're not at E6, you only could be out of town for so long. You got to get back to the base before 1:45. Now, me personally, I live out of town, so I could have went home. But if they stop you gotta say, man, I'm on my way home. I live off the town, but you can't be out partying. So we took it back to the base, and my bride went to the bathroom. She approached me and she was like, I can't believe you brought this Japanese bitch on base after you shot at me. And I said, I thought you don't like black men. They said, I'm just tired of black men always getting taken by these. She started trying to flip out. I just walked off while she was talking. I don't got to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because when I got her, she was at the movie. I know she was there with a white dude. You know what I mean? So you deal with white dudes, but you don't want black men to deal with Japanese women. I said to say this, my Japanese girl, I do this shit to piss her off all the time. She will never embarrass me. We'll get to the crib, and she'll be like, you know, when you said this, you hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, why should I know? Because we were having a good time. So I want to tell you now, you hurt my feelings when you said that. I apologize. And that third, she's going there, make me something to eat, bring me a beer, and that should be over with.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that shit with no black woman, man.
Mm-hmm.
They'll embarrass you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? Oh, not all of them, just some of them. And I'm saying that to say when a woman fuck with you, how you perceive is a big thing. Your image is a big thing.
Yep.
She'll guard that more than you. She'll guard it, like instead of saying, oh, you insecure, she'll guard your insecurity. She won't poke at him.
Yep.
She knows it's an insecurity with Will. He care about how he's perceived, and he's being perceived as being weak, and she's steady poking at it.
Yeah.
August got seen that he was packing.
Yeah.
Will don't fuck me right. Like, bro, why is you coming on TV saying this?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is you doing that? Even if it is open. You think it's that open where she's supposed to be doing that? She's doing all that for content for her show. She a fucking narcissist.
Yep.
She's doing all that for content for her show, her personal business. And black people eating that shit up. At one point, there's people going to say she's toxic.
Mm-hmm.
When is the black community going to call her out for being toxic?
Yep.
We called out Kanye because he's trying to have his children. We say he's toxic. He shouldn't be trying to get his children.
And I can say that it's interesting you said that because I can say that about my ex-wife. She did everything in her power to always protect my image in front of people. She always, called me the man. That's what she called me. She said, well, the man is not hungry right now. They'll, somebody, I will be at a place, it'll be at people's house or whatever. That's how she addressed me. Mm-hmm. The man's not hungry. She'll look at me, babe, you hungry? No, the man's not hungry. He doesn't want anything. It was always a respect. It was always you just not going to, you guys have to establish, I got to make sure he's good. And then she'll bring me the food or she'll make sure that, are you thirsty? You want something to drink? There was always that thing, that level of respect, but it's our culture too. In the Haitian culture, your wife brings you food. She cooks for you. She does all of these different things. It was a natural thing. So That is one great trait that I could always say. And this is the thing that what Ross is talking about. A lot of men don't understand that. That's a valuable thing for women to have. But it's also a thing that women that are acting like women should do. If they're mad at you about something, they don't sit there and run their mouths and disrespect you in public. They'll make sure that they wait till they get home with you and tell you what they got to tell you in the confines of their home. And then even then, when they say it to you, they're not going to be all extra crazy about the shit. They're just going to say, this is, I didn't like what you did with this situation or whatever. And it gives you time to process and give a response based on that. They're not going to be all yelling at you and shit like that. But that's one thing that is lost in today's society. You see a lot of women slapping men in public. You see them slapping them on YouTube videos. You see them disrespecting men. You see them basically not waiting until they're in private to address certain things, because image is everything. And if you want that man to look like a strong man that represents leadership, that represents masculinity, that represents strength, then you should treat him as such. It starts with you as the woman to show the submission to him. Because when you submit to him, everybody else is going to be like, okay, she respects her man. So because she has respect for her man, we got to, that shit, it's like a wildfire. It's like a domino effect. When people see that, they're naturally going to have respect for you too. But when they see your woman is unruly and not showing respect for you, this is where Chris Rock could now make the G.I. Jane joke. Because you have an unruly situation where your woman's not even respecting you. That means you don't even respect yourself, dude.
Right. In fact, the matter is, the G.I. Jane joke is not even crazy like that.
No.
The problem is not the joke. The problem is they're laughing at now when people laugh at him and his wife, it's a trigger. All he hears and all he sees is her being fucked, and people talk about her being fucked, bro.
This right here, this moment is forever a meme. This became the crying Jordan, the new crying Jordan. This is what they've done on social media. That's why when you said that, I was like, oh shit, they did that. Now this moment is forever proselytized in fucking Will Smith's mind. Forever. Chris Rock, this is what's fucked up. Part of Chris Rock's legacy is going to be tied to him being slapped.
Yep.
This fucked up. This is what they like to do to us. They like to emasculate us and marginalize us.
And the crazy thing about Chris Rock, if he don't do how he don't handle it the way he handled it, it's so much worse.
Exactly.
He handled it. He keep going with it. This is why people think it's fake, because he's so professional in how he's handling it.
Yep.
He brings it full circle, and then he ends it. Like he ends it on a high note. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But truth be told, if he would have, because he would have went up there and did it anyway. But if that would have been somebody like a Charlie Murphy or something, they would have been fighting, man.
Yeah.
And it would have been bad. Them niggas would have been bad.
It would have been bad. But you know why?
Why? Because Charlie Murphy never had a comedian. He was a naturally funny person, but he was never no comedian. Charlie Murphy don't have the wherewithal to say that this is Oscars. I'm gonna have to get that buddy after this. I'm gonna fuck him up in a couple of days. Now he would have got on his ass right there in front of everybody.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I mean?
I think the reason why Chris Rock handled it that way, it was for his own sanity too. It was like him building his own strength and basically saying, you know what, if I just carry this all the way through, I'd end it on a good note. Even if he's yelling and he's mad at me, at least I'm not gonna sit here and be focused so much on my mind that shit, I got slapped the fuck up. But you're right about Charlie Murphy. I'm gonna tell you a few comedians that shit wouldn't have gone well with. It wouldn't have gone well with Charlie Murphy. It wouldn't have gone well with Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac would have fucking cursed his ass out. Let's just be honest. Bernie Mac would have said some shit like, you motherfucker.
No, they would have been up there fighting.
They would have been fighting. People could say what they want about Cat Williams, his little short ass. Cat Williams would have turned around and tried to pimp slap him right back. Let's be honest.
They'd have been up there fighting, man.
Yeah. Certain people, that shit wouldn't have flied, man.
But low key, he probably would have knocked Cat Williams' little ass over. Okay, he would have got up. He would have got up swinging though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we what I want people to come away with this is we need to be more conscious about the black male image, man.
There you go.
More conscious, and this shit should elicit serious conversations.
Yep.
It should be a serious conversation about the black image. Because another thing is, he would disrespect. If you were gonna do something to him, you should have punched him. You open hand slapped him. That's disrespectful too, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful too. Like, you know what I mean? Like. And I had to realize I had to stop doing that shit because I used to kick off fights like that. And then I could never. There could never be no. When you start a fight off like that, there's never no. There's never a middle ground. You know how sometimes you get into a fight with somebody, y'all can get a middle ground and have an understanding. I never could. I was wondering like, yo, how come such and them fought and they cool now? And niggas, I used to fight. The niggas always hate me forever. Cause I used to always kick off fights. Like I'd be arguing with somebody, and it would get too much static. Now, wow, slap their ass and throw them out like, what's up? And not knowing, people feel some type of way when they open hand slap.
And the reason why is because you're emasculating the person. Yeah. It's like when you slap somebody, you always hear that shit. Luke Cage, Cottonmouth said that. He said, I ain't gonna close fist punch you when he was hitting that boy, that young dude. He said, I'm gonna open hand smack you because you a bitch. That's the connotation with open hand smack. You're making the man feel like, what the fuck? He's not a man, that he's getting slapped by you. What the fuck? So it's more disrespectful to slap somebody than to give him a close fist punch. At least with a close fist punch, it's as if you two are fighting. But the open hand smack is like, I see you lesser than me, so I don't even respect you enough, so I'm just gonna slap you.
Exactly. And then it wasn't until you know what? I asked that shit happen first, and I just stopped doing it. I guess as I got older, I just stopped doing it. But before that, I remember a friend. Well, we was cool. I thought we were cool. We used to hang out all together. But he used to get high and start tripping, and he's high and shit. We call it, y'all call it homeroom. We call it division. We in division and shit. That's like I wish I call homeroom. We call it division. And I was drinking a Singram, like the little the raspberry teas I had on a white T-shirt. And the bitch ass nigga, he's like the slap box. I'm like, man, I don't feel like it. I was drinking, and then he hit my drink. He hit my drink and it spilled all over my shirt and shit. So I'm like, oh man, I'm like, this nigga. So we slap boxing, and now we decided, when you decided to slap box, it's the difference. You don't really feel the
difference. Yeah, that's a different thing.
Because you decided to do that, so we're slap boxing.
Yeah, and you in agitated mode at that point too.
And I saw slapping him hard as fuck. Bow, bow, bow. Normally I just play with him because I know I could beat him up. I'm just playing with him shit.
Yeah, but he spilled the drink on your clothes. So that's coming hard.
Homeroom was like third period. I gotta wear that shit for the whole rest of the day. I'm slapping this nigga. Bow, bow. And I had at one point I swung and I missed, but I broke his chain on accident, so we stopped. Then he's like, damn, man, you broke my chain, man. And then now we stopped slap. I said, at this point, I was like, man, you should never spill my drink. Then he slapped me. But we ain't slap boxing no more. That nigga slapped the shit out of me. And before I knew it, I was choking him out, trying to kill that nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was like, man, you gonna kill him. I was choking him, trying to kill him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So man,
what I hated, because I used to play those games in high school, middle school too, was I forgot what they call that shit, but niggas used to punch niggas on the arm and shit and take turns doing the shit until somebody caved. I forgot what the fuck that shit was called. That was one of the most annoying fucking if you want to call it like games or whatever, it was one of the most annoying fucking games. I remember there was this dude, he was just as strong as me. Because every time I used to do that shit with people, I used to have that advantage. But him, man, and he was heavy-handed too. Every time he'd punch me on the arm, I'd be like, I would always say, damn, shit. Yeah, I would feel that shit. And then I hit him back, and we doing this all the way until somebody cave in and somebody quit. And me and him, it always got to the point where the both of us looked at each other. We were like, man, fuck this shit. It was always like that. We said it at the same time, man, fuck this shit, man. Your arm red, my arm red. What are we doing here? What are we accomplishing here, man? We both fucking each other up. And then one day we did it, and he missed my arm and got me in the ribs. Man, I was suffering that whole fucking day, man.
Yeah.
He got me in the ribs, man. I'm telling you, that shit hurt so bad. And he said, oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. And then the next day, because I needed to let a whole day go, he was laughing. Him and his homeboys, they were laughing at this shit. I said, okay, I'm going to get his ass. Then we was on the G bus. We was going back. He was sitting. This girl was sitting on his lap or whatever. You know, that was the thing in high school. You know, people playing dominoes. Girls sitting on your lap, niggas getting hard while girls sitting on your lap while you playing dominoes and shit, or you playing spades. I said, oh, this is a perfect time to get his ass because he's so preoccupied with just that. That motherfucker turned around. I was getting ready to go out my stop. He turned his head. I open-handed and slapped the fuck out of his head. His head was bald. I slapped that shit. His head turned the other way like that. By then, I was already off the bus at my stop, and I went like this to him, peace. That motherfucker was so mad, but his head, the back of his head was so red, and I know it was still red because the next day I saw my handprint on that shit. That shit was funny as fuck.
Right, y'all niggas
but it's because we both were in the motion of playing. This wasn't no situation where I'm doing this because you're talking about my wife, or I'm doing this because it's a serious situation. So that's why me and Ross brought it up. When you're in playing and it's a situation where two people consent, that's a different thing. Right. And we were kids at that time. Yeah, I call those times you fucking kids. When kids do kid dumb shit. But this is two grown men, two black men, and a black man slapping another black man. You guys don't understand the connotation behind that. That is a emasculation. And this shit is going to get played over and over and over and over again. So what it's going to send, the psychology message is going to send to the world is that look at this black dude slap this other black dude. And you know who's going to be playing this more than anybody else? You're going to find it a lot on these white stations, man. They're going to be playing this shit over and over and over again. And that's what you motherfuckers don't realize.
Nope. Get ready for Vlad TV to make 300 videos about this shit. So where were you when Chris Rock got slapped?
Yep.
Asking everybody this shit. What do you think about Chris Rock getting slapped? Yep. Like, bro, how many fucking rappers do you got to ask the same fucking question?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
They're going to have Saturday Night's Live skits. They're going to have Pete Davidsons of the world talk about this shit. Man, it's going to get bad. Before it gets good, it's going to get bad.
Yep.
Man, that's all I got to say on the topic, man. Anything else you want to say?
That's about it, man. Yeah, man. So we brought this topic to y'all. Start getting a habit of donating to motivate, but at the same time, it's late and I gotta go to sleep, bro.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Y'all take care. Peace.
Peace.